Breaking news: high voltage, something huge is happening with the Los Angeles Chargers, and it's sending shockwaves all the way from Brazil to California. This isn't just another offseason headline. What I'm about to tell you could completely change the way we see this team heading into the new season. Stay locked in, because the details are explosive. Bolt up, Chargers Nation, listen closely. Down in Brazil, the atmosphere is electric, and all eyes are on our franchise quarterback. He just made headlines in a way no one saw coming, setting off a wave of speculation that has fans and analysts buzzing worldwide. But that's only part of the story. Behind the scenes, coaching decisions are being made that could rewrite everything we thought we knew about this season. One move in particular is creating a storm of questions. Is it genius, or a gamble that could cost us dearly? Backhand index pointing. Right before we dive into the latest breaking updates, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and don't forget to press the bell icon so you never miss fresh Chargers news. Let's move on to the new developments. And here's where things get even more intense. A single player's performance on Friday night could be the difference between launching into playoff contention or falling back into another painful season of heartbreak. The stakes couldn't be higher, and the energy surrounding this matchup is unlike anything we've seen before. But that's not all. The offensive coordinator just dropped bombshell comments about the receiving core, leaving both fans and fantasy owners scrambling to figure out what's really happening with our game plan. Add in a looming matchup that could define the season, and you've got a situation where one wrong step could send shockwaves through the entire franchise. Coaching mysteries. Lineup uncertainties. A do-or-die moment before the season even begins. This isn't hype, this is real, and it's about to unfold right in front of us. The Kansas City Chiefs might be strutting around like this game is already in the bag, but trust me, they have no idea what's waiting for them. And the key to it all? One player who just flipped the entire narrative in front of the world. Here's what went down. Imagine Justin Herbert, calm and collected, stepping up for what looked like a routine press conference in Brazil. But when the cameras zoomed out, boom. It wasn't just reporters and a few flashes. It was chaos. The place looked more like a rock concert than a media event, fans packed shoulder to shoulder, microphones everywhere, and the kind of electric buzz you'd expect before kickoff at SoFi Stadium. This wasn't business as usual. This was an international takeover. Brazil didn't just welcome Herbert, they crowned him the face of American football on their soil. The reaction was so overwhelming, it made the press room feel like a historic moment in Chargers history. But then, the real twist came. While soaking up that insane energy, Herbert didn't just smile for the cameras. He opened up with raw honesty. He admitted the truth that no fan wants to hear: this long trip to Brazil is cutting deep into the team's preparation. And here's the catch: we're about to go head-to-head with Patrick Mahomes and the defending champs under those exact conditions. That revelation changes everything. It's inspiring, but it's also nerve-wracking. Herbert is confident, yes, but he's also warning us that this matchup is far from routine. It's a test of resilience, and every single Charger fan needs to buckle up. Instead of falling into the trap of excuses, Justin Herbert showed exactly why he's the heartbeat of this team. While others might dwell on jet lag or the time lost in preparation, Herbert gave a simple answer: more work. More film, more study, more hours dedicated to figuring out how to outsmart Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs under the bright lights of Brazil. That press conference chaos? It only made his calm presence shine brighter. Reporters were practically climbing over one another, desperate for a question, but Herbert never flinched. He carried himself like a veteran who's already been here 100 times before. And when he slipped in a few Portuguese phrases alongside his English answers, the crowd absolutely erupted. It wasn't just a football moment, it was a cultural one. Herbert wasn't just representing the Chargers, he was representing the NFL on a global stage. This was a clear reminder: the Chargers aren't some afterthought in Los Angeles anymore. With Herbert leading the way, the Bolts are commanding international respect. And that spotlight? He thrives under it. But while Herbert was busy winning hearts and silencing doubts, something else was brewing, something far less comforting. Offensive coordinator Greg Roman decided to shake things up with comments about the receiving core that left everyone scratching their heads. They weren't straightforward answers. They weren't reassuring either. They were the kind of vague, puzzling remarks that only add fuel to speculation. Is this part of a bigger plan, or a red flag about the chemistry in our offense? Here's where things get messy, and Bolts fans can't stop debating it. On paper, the Chargers' receiving core should be terrifying. Keenan Allen, back where he belongs, paired with rookie sparkplug Ladd McConkey, looked like a nightmare duo for opposing defenses. Everyone assumed they'd be shredding secondaries side by side. But according to Greg Roman, not so fast. His comments about their usage weren't just cautious, they were cryptic. When asked if Allen and McConkey could be on the field together, his answer was one word: sometimes. That's it. No clarity, no excitement, just a vague response that left fans wondering what's really going on behind the scenes. And here's the kicker: Roman isn't shy about praising Allen. He's called him brilliant, even gave him an A+ for how quickly he's picked up the new system. Yet when it comes to actual playing time, the numbers tell a different story. In the preseason opener against the Rams, McConkey played every single snap with Herbert under center, 8 in total. Allen? Just 5. Think about that. The returning superstar, the proven Pro Bowl talent, being rotated like a situational weapon while the rookie is treated like a full-time starter. Add in the fact that Quentin Johnston was locked into a starting role before his concussion, and the picture gets even more complicated. Now layer on Trey Harris, Keandre Lambert-Smith, and Darius Davis all clawing for opportunities, and suddenly this receiver room feels less like a strength and more like a high-stakes puzzle. Is Roman disguising his real game plan to keep the Chiefs guessing, or is there actual drama bubbling inside the Chargers' offense? The way this offense is shaping up tells us one thing loud and clear: Greg Roman's system is not what anyone expected. When Keenan Allen is being rotated into passing situations while Ladd McConkey is even asked to run block, you know the philosophy is shifting. That kind of wrinkle can either be genius, or a recipe for disaster on the international stage. But all of that, the quarterback spotlight, the receiving room drama, even the hype around Herbert's global moment, could mean nothing if one man doesn't rise to the challenge. Bolts Nation, this is where the entire season could swing. Mekhi Becton has to step up and become the warrior this offensive line desperately needs. Here's the brutal truth. Chris Jones, the Chiefs' wrecking ball of a defensive tackle, is already eyeing this matchup like a feast. The last time he faced the Chargers, he walked away with 2 sacks that completely changed the game. And now, with a new-look line protecting Herbert, the responsibility of stopping him falls squarely on Becton's shoulders. Yes, Becton comes with championship credentials. His power blocking helped fuel Philadelphia's Super Bowl run and opened lanes for a monster season on the ground. But there's a catch that should have every fan biting their nails. Back in Philly, he had the luxury of lining up between 2 Pro Bowl caliber linemen. Now, he's flanked by Trey Pipkins III and Bradley Bozeman. That's a very different situation, and the margin for error against a predator like Chris Jones is razor thin. And don't forget, Jones doesn't just pick a spot and stay there. He moves. He shifts. He hunts. That means Becton isn't just defending a position, he's defending the heartbeat of this team. If he falters, Herbert's international debut could turn from a historic triumph into a nightmare in seconds. Chris Jones isn't just a pass rusher, he's a hunter. He'll shift across the line, searching for the weakest link, and once he finds it, he'll keep attacking until the pocket collapses. If Mekhi Becton shows even a flicker of inconsistency, Jones will pounce, and suddenly Herbert's dream debut could turn into survival mode. The Chiefs' defensive staff knows this, and you can bet they've been scheming exotic blitz packages all week designed to put Becton under maximum pressure. But here's the twist that makes this battle so fascinating: Jim Harbaugh didn't bring Becton here just to survive in pass protection. He brought him to set the tone. To play bully ball. To move defenders backward and open lanes that let the ground game take over. If rookie Audric Estime, or even another young back, gets 25 carries under the lights in Brazil, it'll mean one thing: Becton and this offensive line are steamrolling defenders into the dirt. That's the identity Harbaugh is chasing: physical, punishing football that wears down opponents snap after snap. And that identity hinges on whether Becton can become more than just a bodyguard. He has to be the hammer. This is the moment of truth. Either Becton rises up and becomes the enforcer who powers the Chargers to a statement win, or he buckles, and Chris Jones slams the door on championship dreams before they even begin. So here we are, Herbert shining on the international stage, Roman puzzling over his receivers, and a rookie running back waiting for his chance. But none of it matters without the battle in the trenches. Brazil won't just reveal what kind of team the Chargers are, it could decide what kind of season they're about to have.